every foreign trip is important, but some have a different feel to it. The vibe, the expectations, the stakes, all of it feels different. And that's the case here. In Prime Minister Narendra Modi's trip to the United States of America, he reached Washington on Wednesday evening, but the weather was not so welcoming. The forecast said snow and sleet. Temperatures dipped to almost 2 degrees Celsius. Thankfully, the Indian community was around, even in the freezing cold. They gave him a warm welcome. Take a look. The Prime Minister is not staying at a hotel, he is staying at the Blair House. It is located right across the White House. It serves as the US President's official guest house. Only important guests are hosted there, like world leaders or royalty. A number of Indian Prime Ministers have stayed at the Blair House, including Prime Minister Modi back in 2014. Once he arrived there, his engagements began. The first meeting was with Tulsi Gabbard. She is Trump's Director of National Intelligence. It's a very important position in America. Even the CIA and the National Security Agency report to her. Gabbard was confirmed by the Senate on the same day, so Prime Minister Modi congratulated her. He also discussed India-US relations. Now, Tulsi Gabbard has been a strong advocate for closer ties. Despite her name, she does not have Indian heritage, but she is a practicing Hindu, and the meeting with Gabbard was just the start. Prime Minister Modi has a packed schedule today. He has around 6 bilateral meetings lined up. We don't have the details yet, but the Prime Minister is expected to meet the following people: Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and of course the big one, US President Donald Trump. The meetings will start in a short while from now, and the day will end with a private dinner at the White House. All eyes will be on the Trump bilateral. We are mainly looking for 2 outcomes. 1, can Modi and Trump rekindle their old bromance? And 2, can they strike a trade deal? A deal to avoid a tariff war. We'll probably have the answers by tomorrow, but for now, let's focus on Modi's team. Let me pull up that picture of him meeting Tulsi Gabbard. Now look who's sitting on the side. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Now you may wonder what's so special about that. Doesn't the NSA travel with the Prime Minister? Well, normally, yes, he does. But in September last year, he did not, and a lot of people attributed it to the Khalistan case. Now some quick background here. US officials are investigating an alleged assassination plot. The target? Khalistani separatist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. US officials say that India tried to kill him. They've also named National Security Advisor Ajit Doval in this case, after which a New York court summoned him. Now, the summon was not officially served to Mr. Doval, but the move was hostile and frankly unnecessary, which could be why he skipped the last meeting in September. But this time, Ajit Doval is in Washington. The question is, what does this signal? Is America softening its position? It certainly seems like it. Remember, this Khalistan probe was ordered under Joe Biden. The summons were issued under Joe Biden, and Doval skipped the trip under Joe Biden. But under President Donald Trump, perhaps India feels more confident. I know this trip has a packed agenda. The focus will be on trade and defense. But we say Prime Minister Modi should get a word in on Khalistan as well. These terrorists have found a safe haven in America. Just look at Pannu. On Tuesday, he was inside the US Capitol. He claimed that he was giving so-called evidence of India's meddling abroad. As always, Pannu made a video of it, and frankly, he does not look like a Capitol visitor. He looks like one of those ghosts from Harry Potter, just weirdly lurking around. Take a look at this. Pannu says the US must arrest Ajit Doval. We say it's wishful thinking. Trump is keen on building ties with India. The only irritant seems to be tariffs at this point. If both sides work on that, this relationship will flourish. And if it does, India must capitalize on it. You have a president sympathetic to India's interests. You have strong India advocates in his cabinet. So now is the time to push on, to nudge America towards cracking down on Khalistanis. We should not miss this chance. We are calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. And now to Bangladesh, touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbours were the first to send this special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. City measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.